You know that feeling when Friday finally rolls around? That big sigh of relief, that little spark of excitement for the weekend. It's just the best. But what if that feeling of receiving a gift wasn't just reserved for Fridays? What if every single day held something incredible? Today, we're going to look at a verse that's probably super familiar to you, one you might have sung 100 times. And we're going to see if we can unpack it and find something brand new and honestly, life-changing, hidden right inside.
This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Yep, there it is. I bet you can almost hear the tune in your head, right? It just has that sweet, simple sound of a Sunday school song that we've known our whole lives.
And because it's so familiar, it's so easy for it to just become, well, a cliche. It's that nice little saying on a coffee mug or a pillow that we just kind of scroll past. But what if this verse isn't just a pleasant thought? What if it's actually an invitation to a completely radical shift in how we see every single day of our lives?
To really get the power behind these words, we have to do a little digging. We've got to look at where this verse actually comes from, and I think the story behind it might really surprise you.
Okay, so Psalm 118 is what's called a thanksgiving psalm. Now that might just sound like a fancy term, but it's really important. This wasn't just a happy song for happy times. It was a song of remembrance. The Israelites would sing it together during big festivals to remember how God had been faithful, how he had rescued them from really, really hard things. So this isn't a song born from ease, it's a song born from deliverance.
And just listen to the heart of the person who wrote this from a few verses earlier. When hard pressed, I cried to the Lord. He brought me into a spacious place. Wow. The person writing this, they weren't just sitting around feeling comfortable and poetic. They had been through it. They knew exactly what it felt like to be hard pressed, to feel like the walls were closing in, to be in a place of real struggle and maybe even despair.
And that right there, that's the whole key. This incredible declaration to rejoice in this day comes right after remembering those hard times. The joy isn't based on a perfect, problem-free life. No way. The joy is rooted in the fact that they were rescued. It's a joy that knows what struggle feels like, which makes it so much more powerful.
So, okay, how does this ancient song have anything to do with us right now? Well, our world today, it kind of teaches us the exact opposite of this mindset. It teaches us to always be waiting for happiness.
We all play this when-then game, don't we? When I get the promotion, then I'll feel successful. When I finally meet the right person, then I'll be happy. When the kids are grown, when I retire, then I can finally relax and rejoice. We're constantly putting our joy on layaway, waiting for some better tomorrow to arrive. But look at the difference. The verse doesn't say tomorrow will be the day. It says this is the day, the one you're in, right now.
And that's a call to rejoice in the day that God has actually made. Not the perfect day we have in our heads, but this one. The one with the messy kitchen, the one with the tough meeting on the calendar, the one that just feels kind of boring and ordinary. And let's be really clear, this is not about faking it or putting on a happy face when you're in pain. The person who wrote this psalm knew pain. This is about recognizing that God's hand is in every single day, even the mundane ones, and especially the difficult ones.
So that all sounds great, right? But how do we actually do it? How do we take this from being a nice idea to being how we actually live? Let's talk about 3 really simple ways we can start receiving the gift of today.
Okay, number 1, start with gratitude. Seriously, before your feet even hit the floor in the morning, before you grab your phone, just take 1 second, 1 breath, and say, God, thank you for this day. Number 2, find God in the ordinary. Look for him. He's there in your commute, in that first sip of coffee, and a quiet moment on your lunch break, in the colors of the sunset you almost missed. And third, and this is a big one, make a choice to reject the waiting game. When you catch yourself saying, I'll be happy when, just stop. Don't put your joy on hold. This is the day you've been given. Let's live in it.
With all that in our hearts, let's just shift gears for a moment and end our time together in a quieter space. I want to invite you to just join me in a simple prayer, inviting God right into the middle of this day, whatever it holds.
God, we just start by saying, thank you for this day.
And would you help us to see your hand in all the ordinary moments, the ones we so easily overlook?
Give us fresh eyes to recognize your goodness, even when things feel hard or confusing.
Forgive us for all the times we rush through the gifts you give us, because we're always looking ahead to the next thing.
Teach us what it means to rejoice, not because everything is perfect, but because you are always faithful. Help us to be fully here, fully present, and fully alive in this one day that you've given to us.
We let go of our worries about tomorrow, and we simply trust you with today. Amen.
So, as you go about the rest of your day, I just want to leave you with one gentle question to carry with you. What is one gift, big or small, that you can rejoice in today?